Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Petrus Sitho. I come from Free State, Beltfontein, whereby I was working with another company, and that company I was a past manager, and I resigned because of 90% of 99% our customers were farmers. Now, when the government, they say that they're going to take the land from our people, I resigned, and on the 10th September, I went to Union Building. Alone. If here in South Africa, I don't know how many millions of people we are here. I think over 10 million or whatever. I'm the first one South African citizens to go to Union Building to hand over my memorandum to the president. On the 10th September, I went to Union Building to look for Ramaphosa. Now, I didn't get Ramaphosa because he was hiding for me. Now, they tried to kill me. On the 11th September, midnight, they tried to kill me. There's 3 guys. They said to me, I must stop with this thing of land because I wrote the memorandum to the president that, please, Mr. President, we are going, one of the day we are going to be like Zimbabwe. When those guys came to me, I was sleeping at the Union Building in the garden. They hit my car. They said I must go out, point me with a gun. And remember, I've got a family. And then they hit me and fell on the ground. They said to me that, hey, stop this thing because we are going to kill you. And another guy said to him, hey, let's shoot this guy. And I said to myself, please, God, help me. And God, he helped me. I said to them, guys, I've got only 100 rand. You can take it or you can take my car. Because of what? I want to save you. Not only me, I want to save you, all the South African people. Now listen to my speech. Okay, my name is Petrus Sitho. I'm from Beltfontein. As you can see in the chains, and Ramaphosa, you know me, I was on TV. You know me, I'm looking for Ramaphosa. And I'm not free at all, like many of the people in my beautiful country. No one in South Africa was free before 1994, even if some people believed they were. The struggle we had for this freedom and to break the chains of apartheid was a difficult one, but we did not give up. In 1994, we eventually succeeded. We looked up at the Freedom Charter, at a document drawn up there, pressed in 1955, that stood for equal rights for all the people of South Africa, in the respective of race, grade, or gender. And 24 years into our supposed freedom, we are chained and trapped, much worse than before. Now I'm standing here, a simple man, not highly qualified, not very important, but I have an issue which is pressing down heavy on my heart. What is the biggest problem in our country, in South Africa? I believe poverty and hopelessness. Why are we still here after 24 years of freedom? Equality. Because our government are the champions of doubt and fear. They give us empty promises. They tell us they care, but then they empty our government coffers and rob us of our basic dignity. Just look at what's happening at all these inquiries. They've kept us, SARS and ESCOM, and whatever. Now, in November 2018, we are still suffering, but they want us to vote for them in 2019. So what do? They use a tool, land. Let us look at South Africa. Our present situation is very bad. There are more poor people than ever. Remember, we don't see them everywhere because they hide or pretend all else is well. They have their pride as well. These people have trusted the government to empower them, but they often have nothing, not even hope. A clever man, Ed Brouwer, was a good friend of Beggars Nodia, an Afrikaans freedom fighter, wrote a book, Beggars Can Be Choosers. Of course, beggars can choose to have better lives. They can choose not believe the lies. They can choose to use their votes to keep politicians to their promises. Or they can choose to support people who they can trust. Unfortunately, they are often so humiliated and battered they don't realize it. The following is a true story. In KZN, a very successful private farm was bought by the government for 35 beneficiaries and their families. How did they expect 35 people to agree on how to run a farm? Not even Engels would have been able to do that. Before this farm planted 900 hectares of timber. They employed workers who earned about 1 million rand a year. 3 years later, there was nothing. There was no financial support or training, and now there is not one trick to cut. There are 35 families who have lost their dreams and hopes and dignity because of the lack of support from the government they depend upon. Furthermore, the farmers profitable before and pay taxes to the government to support education and health care. Now this is also lost. You must know as well as I do. There are many such examples. Now the government and politicians want to take these undelivered promises to the next level with the carrot of taking land from the legitimate landowners without paying for it. If they said who will be the unlucky ones losing the land and who will be the lucky ones getting the land, I say dream on. Yes. Have they been honest about the fact that the land alone means nothing? You have to work it and know how to work it. Okay, we have to admit the government says the expropriation of land without compensation will not happen in the same way as Zimbabwe. But how can we trust them? How can we trust them? The same people who supported the president who was suspected to be a thief and often stole the food of the poor themselves are now saying, trust us. No. Why do we need to change Section 25 of the Constitution? I really don't understand this. Why was the original land restitution and reform process not successful? I can tell you. Because of corruption, incompetence, and enrichment themselves. Why do the government need to change their plans every time? They seem unable to make plans, and we are the guinea pigs. Look at most of the state-owned enterprises that are in a shambles, all with our much-needed money, SAS, SAA, and PRASA. What happens if you change Section 25? We get a future president who is worse than Mr. Zuma. I know it seems unlikely, but it can happen. If legitimately steals all the commercial farms to give to his cronies. 10 minutes. Sure, sorry. Our people first need to be helped by creating jobs in order to live, but also to protect against the abuse of politicians who used their desperation for political gain. Wait a bit. What are the responsibility of our leaders working for the people, building relationships that break the evil of racism? Why can't leaders encourage our people to take hands to work towards a better future for our children and grandchildren? What will tell them in the future when they ask, we stood doing nothing while our lovely South Africa was being destroyed by our president, by our political parties? You know them. Why are the government scaring farmers who are working hard to feed us? I have heard that some farmers have not planted. That is so. Baie van hulle by Vrystaat, hulle wil nie plant nie. Want hulle is bang vir hierdie government. Maar Petrus, ek het gesê, julle moet bang vir government, want hulle is bang vir my. Ek was een van die mense, was daar so by Union Building gewees. Sorry as ek praat Afrikaans, maar dit is so. They are crops this season because of the uncertainty of the future. How long will the desperate believe the government when they lie to win votes? Wait a while. My solution to this very important issue is this. We all can contribute to build our future. Many South Africans have so much to contribute to make these things work. There are wonderful stories of farmers farming in partnership, yes, with the farm workers. There are amazing successes of mentorship where young farmers learn from other experiences and become prosperous farmers. Swaziland has a lot of small-scale farmers who have a small farm, crops, and few cattle, but jobs too. Our government need to rethink our future. They need to realize that they should rather spend the money. They have to promote and facilitate process where the poor empowered to make a dignified living with the help of all the good, responsible people of our country. We deserve a good government who cares for all of us, who works for the prosperity of all citizenship, our precious South Africa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. I know there's media here. I repeat again, my name is Petrus Sitho. Today, I'm going to fire some of our ministers. The Minister of Land Affairs, please send this message. Minister of Land Affairs, you are fired today because you don't help them to our people, our farmers. Let me tell you, if the government take the farmers, the farmers from our people, most of them, I think 90% of 100%, I go all over South Africa, then province. I talk to the farmers. Now, they are positive. Our black people, they don't have farm workers. They don't have matric certificate. They did nothing. When the government take the farmers, they are going back to location, whereby they are going to suffer, they are going to do crime. Now, Mr. President, please, I need you. Because after 2019, you are going back to Limpopo. Thank you.